Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've got many messages from the AG gang out there asking me the best way to get someone back if you're coming out of a breakup that you didn't want to happen. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the best way to get someone back if you just broke up. And by the way, I always like to share a good thing. And the other day on 11/11, I saw this video that really cracked me up. So if you want a good laugh, check this video out. I'll link it in the description. I love to laugh and I love talented people. And like I said, I also love to share a good thing with you all. So check that video out. It's by Dana Moon, a comedian that is hilarious. She's a Scorpio. You gotta check out her channel. Subscribe if you're feeling it. But this character that she does, Janelle, is hilarious to me. Okay, back to business. For this video, be sure to check their sun, moon, and Venus. So no more wasting time. Let's jump right into it. Here is some info on the best way to get someone back if you've just broken up, but you weren't ready for it to be over. Let's go. Now, when it comes to the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, first, if they broke up with you, then more than likely it's because you either did something that they considered to be seriously wrong, or they realized that who you are to them and the relationship just doesn't measure up to exactly what they want. We know that fire signs are all about excitement and adventure and forward movement and really enjoying life. And if you weren't bringing that to the table, then they decided that the relationship just wasn't right for them. So with all that being said, obviously, if you did something that they considered to be really wrong, then an apology is necessary. And I've already done a video about the best way to apologize to each sign, which I will link in the description, so I won't go into detail about the apology. But once you have apologized, the main thing you need to make sure you do if you want to get your fire sign back is prove to them you have changed. Fire signs need to see proof. And for them, proof is best demonstrated by actions, not words. So if you want to get them back, they need to see you behaving differently. You can't come at them with the same version of yourself if you want them back. If you come with that same old dusty version of yourself that they broke up with, then you will get shut out and zero interest from them. They need to be genuinely and pleasantly surprised and intrigued by the fact that you are coming at them with different behavior, saying different things, behaving in a different way, and having a different perspective. If you want any chance of them even entertaining the idea of getting back together with you, that is the main thing with fire signs. If you want to get them back, you have to show them that you have grown and transformed into a version of yourself that reflects more of what it is that they are looking for in a relationship. Now, I am of the firm belief that you shouldn't change yourself for someone. However, if you know that what they were unhappy about is something that you need to work on, then you changing and transforming into this new version of yourself is really for you because you actually agree that the change is necessary. But just know, if you come at them with that same old behavior, then any fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, will so not be interested in the old you because, like I said, the old you is who they broke up with. So surprise them, show them a different version of you, and you may get that chance for a redo with them, but with a brand new energy around the relationship. So if that's what you're wanting, that's the way to go for it. Okay, the earth signs. All right, now you know as well as I do, if you've dated an earth sign, that all three of them, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, are very, oh so very stubborn. So once they have broken up with you, it is going to be a very steep uphill battle when it comes to getting them back. But like all things, it is possible. Now with the earth signs, if they've broken up with you, then more than likely it's because either you broke one of their rules in the relationship or you've turned out to not keep your word when it comes to something you have led them to believe or that you promised to them. Now, if this is the case, of course you need to start with an apology. And like I said with the fire signs, I have a video on the best way to apologize to each of the signs, and I'll link that in the description. So after the apology, here is what you can do if you want a chance at getting them back. First, give them a bit of time. With the earth signs, you do need to give them some space, which shows them that you respect their decision to no longer be together. However, once a little time has passed, now not too much time because by that point they will really be over you, but do give them at least a week or two to cool off, especially if they broke up with you for something that you did. Once you give them that week or two, you need to come at them with that apology and then begin the work. And that work would be being consistent and persistent and showing them that you are more than willing to do what is necessary necessary to win them back. Don't beg, because that's never sexy, but let them know that you take 100% responsibility for not being the partner that they needed and deserved in the relationship. And let them know that if they are willing to give you another chance, you will prove to them that you are capable and ready to do the work to earn back their affection and their trust. Some consistent gifts will help. Doing nice things for them will help. Don't become a stalker, but the earth signs like to see consistency, and they like to see that you realize and are now ready to behave in a way that demonstrates to them that you are ready to put in the effort necessary to be back together. Let them know that you are fully committed to never doing what it was that led to you losing them in the first place. And also let them know that moving forward, you will always keep your word, and you will always check in with them to see if they are happy and fulfilled in the relationship. I know this sounds like a lot, but if an earth sign has broken up with you and you want to get them back, it's gonna take a lot. So basically, like I said, you have to take 100% responsibility for whatever it is that you did, and make sure not to try and explain to them why you did what you did. They will just see that as you trying to justify your behavior, and that will only further piss them off. So no explaining, just demonstrating how much they mean to you with consistency, clarity, and open communication. You may have to start off with a few messages first, because earth signs are notorious for not speaking to you or ignoring you once they have broken up with you. But if you're saying the right things in your messages and you're persistent, then you may have a chance at getting back into their good graces. Now, if they ask you very clearly to never ever speak to them again, or to never ever reach out to them again, then respect that, especially right after the breakup. But once you've given it a moment, just give it maybe one message admitting your fault, stating what you promised moving forward, and for sure letting them know that if they give you one more chance, you will do everything in your power to make them so happy that they gave you another chance. After that one reach out, if they don't ever respond, then more than likely you gotta let it go and they are completely over you. You could try periodically, maybe sending something nice, sending another gift, sending something sweet, to just let them know you're attempting to earn back their trust and affection. But really, that is the only path to take, because they want to know that you respect them. They want to know that you respect their space. But if you want to get back in their good graces, they're going to have to see that you're willing to work for it, because earth signs really, really value effort and work and consistency. Okay, the air signs. Now with the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, if they broke up with you because of something you did, then for sure start off with an apology. I do have a video for the best way to apologize to each sign, so check that out. Now, once the apology is out of the way, then the best approach to take with an air sign is basically two main steps. First step is give them a little space and time to start missing you. Air signs are much more open-minded and much less rigid than, let's say, the earth signs. With earth signs, yeah, you want to give them some space to allow their anger to simmer down a bit. But with the air signs, you want to give them some space so that way they can really start to think, hey, I miss that person. Yes, they may have gotten on my nerves, and yes, I broke up with them, but there were some things about them that I really liked, and I do miss those things. Giving them a little space will set you up for a much better result when you approach them to hopefully get back together. You want to give them anywhere from a few weeks to at least a month, which I know is very difficult when you really want to get back together with someone, but if you know it's going to work out in your best interest, you'll have the patience, hopefully. Giving them that much space also gives you a chance to see if they'll reach out to you, because with the air signs, they're not so stuck on like sticking to the rules of if we've broken up, we're never speaking again. Even if they were pissed at you when they broke up, they may, like I said, start to miss you and then reach out to just see how you're doing. Not to mention, in that time, hopefully they've forgotten a bit about the feeling of being angry with you or annoyed with you. And the most important thing is, during that time, you really want to work on yourself to become the best version of you, both physically and mentally, the best version you can be. So when you approach them, you're not only looking really good, which always softens up an air sign, but also you're coming at them with an intelligent perspective, which for an air sign is really intriguing and exciting. They don't need you to come and promise them the world or for you to have completely changed. They just need to be intrigued enough to think, they look as though they're doing really good in life right now. That gives you the opening to come in with your best tactic to get the air sign back. Don't ask them, will you take me back, or can we get back together? Just ask them if you can take them out on one date. Just one date. Like I said, air signs are pretty open-minded, but they also don't like the idea of having to decide something right then and there. So if you ask them out on a date and they're intrigued enough by this seemingly improved version of you, then you will more than likely get a chance. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are always interested in something new and exciting. And if you're asking for just one date, then they don't feel like they have to make an immediate decision, which for them is wonderful. So it is all about taking them out on that date and having a great time. Don't rehash the past. If there was something that you did that was wrong in the past, you've already apologized. So don't dredge up those old emotions. Air signs don't want to go back and relive any unhappy feelings. So focus on the present moment. Show them how much fun being with you is and how drama-free dating you can be. Starting with this first date is the first step. If the date goes great, say, "I would really love to see you again," if you're open to it. If you approach this as giving them an opportunity to date this new you and for you two to get a new shot at getting to know each other all over again, then the odds are in your favor and the possibilities of getting back together will grow stronger and stronger with each date. You don't want to just say, "Will you take me back?" or "Can we get back together?" because with all the air signs, it's about slow building, giving them respect, space, and time to get to know the new you in order to see what this new connection can bring. So with the air signs, it's basically approaching them from the perspective of you're just asking them for a chance to start dating again and getting to know each other after some time has passed and you two have had a chance to reboot, effectively change a bit from learning lessons from your previous relationship and not asking for any commitment until they're ready. That will give you the best chance at getting an air sign back. Now, when it comes to the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, if one of them has broken up with you and you want them back, then I feel for you because it is not an easy task to get any of these three back, especially Cancer and Scorpio. But there are some steps that you can take that would at least give you some hope if there's any possibility for a reconnect. If they broke up with you because of something you did, then of course start with an apology, and I do have a video titled "The Best Way to Apologize to Each Sign." I'll link that in the description, so check that out. Now, once you have apologized, when it comes to the water signs and getting them back, they need to know two things. Number one, you take full responsibility for whatever you've done, and you will never, ever, ever, never ever do it again. And number two, you love them more than you have ever loved anyone, and you are willing and able and ready to show them in any capacity they desire. It is time to pour on the romance. I'm talking even if they aren't initially responding. It's about sending them gifts, and not just any gifts. It needs to be things that you know they will love. These gifts need to be very thoughtful. It's not just about how much they cost, it's about how romantic they are. And they will be romantic gifts if they're demonstrating the fact that when the two of you were together, you really paid attention to what they like and they don't like. This may sound like a lot, but the truth is you need to behave as though you are in a contest with every other person in the world to try and win their love back. And they need to feel that sincerely and consistently. Now, just like I said with the air signs, do not bring up anything from the past. If you do, you run the risk of reminding them why they broke up with you, and nobody wants that. Now, if they bring up the past, then let them know, like I said earlier, that you take full responsibility and you will never do what it is that hurt them again. You understand it was wrong, you understand the error of your ways, and you will no longer be the one to ever hurt them again. And you need to mean it. This is in conjunction with being loving, sweet, romantic, attentive, affectionate, and as energetically positive as possible. This will be the only way to get back into their good graces. They need to see that you really and truly love them, and that you really and truly value them. One "I'm sorry" and one gift isn't gonna do it. They need to be flooded with affection, but more than anything, they need to feel like it is really sincere. If either of those three signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, truly feel your sincerity, that is the only way to get them back. And you may have to go at it for a while, especially with Cancer and Scorpio, because once their mind and their emotions are clear on something, it is going to take a lot to get them to shift to a space of being open to you, because they do not want to get hurt again. But if they feel your sincerity and they see that you're willing to put in the effort, then they may give you a second chance. Now with them, it may not be about giving them too much time and space initially, because if you give them enough time to truly get over you, then you just made your battle that much harder. You want to try to get get in there as soon as possible, even if they're still angry. Again, don't become a stalker. If someone says, don't contact me or don't ever speak to me again, then honor that, because this probably means you did something ridiculously shady. Like if you slept with someone's best friend and you're now trying to get back with them, the odds are definitely stacked against you. And what did you think was gonna happen in that type of scenario? But in the meantime, you can send them some gifts, some apology texts that say no need to respond. If they block you, which water signs will for sure do, then you've done all you can. But the only way back into their heart is with love, compassion, romance, consistency, never defending your past actions that upset them, and most of all, like I said, sincerity. Be sincere, because a water sign will see right through an actor. You can give an Oscar-worthy performance, but any Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces will see right through it if it's not sincere. So be sincere and good luck. Okay, so there you have it. Some info on how to get someone back if you just broke up but you weren't ready for it to be over. I hope you all found this information useful. If you did, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I'm sending you all tons of love, and I will see you in the next video.